Hey y'all, what's going on? This is Jesse Boats on the 19th hole. I have holes 1 through 9 of the upcoming Celtic Cup Tournament. This is the brand new Drumore Links course, and we're going to talk about holes 1 through 9 here. We'll talk about elevations and kind of a first look that I had at these holes playing them earlier today. We're going to start off with hole number 1, par 4. For this hole here, we'll play this one with a 10% elevation change off the tee shot. We're going to play this shot to the left-hand side. You can also play this to the right-hand side as well with the same elevation change. And it's going to leave you a very similar second shot to the green. One thing to keep in mind is if you do want to bounce your second shot over to the green, you will need to kind of lessen up on your distance on your drive a little bit. Otherwise, you will be in between clubs between long iron and short iron. So for our second shot, you're going to see we have a shot that is interesting. You have two options. If you're not in between clubs, you can play a skip shot. Otherwise, the rock that you see plays as rough. So it allows you to actually play it as a rough bump. So to me, I feel like this may be a really good chance to really go at this eagle. So we'll play a 10% elevation change for this shot from the left-hand side. If you're playing from the right-hand side, then I think it's more along the lines of a 0% elevation change. But we put a little bit of topspin on our Goliath, and as you see, you get that nice bounce off that rough, and a really good chance for the eagle playing it that way. So hole number 2 here is next, and it is a par 3. And we're going to play this one with 15 to 20%. It's somewhere in that range. We're playing it with the Goliath. And this is a shot that you got to play a little bit farther back in the fairway. Otherwise, you play it off that slope, and you're just going to get a very inconsistent bounce. So you just want to find a spot on that fairway that's going to give you a very consistent bounce. I like quasar ball at least because you do want that side spin. And I like a little bit of backspin. So we got about 4 and 1 on this one. We're going to make our adjustment here, and then we're going to play this one. This is going to be a very difficult hole, I believe, to really zero in just because of the slope of the fairway around the bounce site and around the second bounce. As you see, we get a nice bounce up onto the green, and we put ourselves in a decent spot for a birdie. I think we'll get a little bit more of a favorable wind when it comes to the tournament, so it'll give us a little bit better chance at the ace when we get around to tournament time. Alright, so we got hole 3 here, par 5. This is our first par 5 on the course. And, I'm going to play this one with a plus 10% elevation change off the tee box. I am going to use a quarterback off this tee box, although you can use your extra mile. I choose the quarterback for the accuracy and the ability to really more place this ball, accurately at the end of the left fairway. You can play this shot to the right-hand side with a curl shot as you're seeing me look at there. But ultimately, I decided to play this one to the left side. Do keep in mind that you do need to bring the big dog with you for this shot. You see me playing with the quasar ball. I would strongly recommend that you play this shot with the Titan ball. Not for the drive, although it will help a little bit on the drive to get a little bit closer to the edge. But mainly for the second shot with the big dog, as you're going to see here in a second. So we roll that one up nicely, and that's going to put us on a good position for our second shot with the big dog. So the second shot with the big dog does appear to be a little bit uphill. So we can play a slight percentage uphill, which would be like a minus 5%. Or even in the rookie, if you want to just play at 0%, it probably won't make much difference. But as you can see, with a power 3 ball, I would be able to aim at that little fairway section a lot easier. Unfortunately for me, I am not, so I will have to overpower this shot somewhat. I did go like 3 to 4 bars of topspin. I think it was 3 topspin, max right spin. You're going to see the slope of this fairway before the green greatly affect the roll. We get a nice bounce, but you're going to see it hit, and then it's going to roll, severely to the left-hand side as a result of the slope. So definitely pay attention to that. Use as much right spin as you can on that shot to maybe, offset that slope just enough to get the ball up onto the green. So for our next hole here, we got hole number 4, our second par 3. And here you're going to see a good old-fashioned basic ball showdown. Both my opponent and I had the basic ball on a Nordic Fjord course, and we just so happened to get this hole for our shootout. So you're going to see my opponent, he's going to be playing with a higher level backbone. And as you can see, if you do have a higher level long iron, you can play over the sand and then use the backspin to your advantage. If you do not have this luxury, you're going to be able to play the shot that I'm going to be able to play, which will be a skip shot over the sand. Now, I would play this shot at a plus 20% elevation change for going downhill. And if you're playing the skip shot, you're going to be playing almost at about a mid club level. My opponent played at max, but you're going to see me play my shot at mid. So it'll be a mid 20% shot. No side spin on the ball, unfortunately for me. So we're just going to play this one with a little bit of top spin for this shot. And, you know, if we had a side or a headwind, you may want to go with a little bit more top spin than I went with, just to kind of set it right. So we're just going to aim this one at the hole as best as possible. We make our 1.2 ring adjustment, which was a plus 20% with our Goliath. And we just got to hit this one perfect. We do. So let's see how this one comes in. It's a pretty straight on shot. It's a pretty nice bounce right there. It's a pretty flat surface rolling to the hole. Definitely expect to see some aces on this hole moving forward through this tournament. Hole number 5 is going to be next. We got a par 4. And we're going to be playing this next hole at a plus 10% off the tee shot. And then a plus 10% on the second shot as well. For this hole here, we're going to be playing with our extra mile. I definitely would recommend at least Katana or Titan ball for that side spin. You do want side spin for this hole for sure, especially if you're playing it to the right side, which I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be playing kind of a skip shot up here. I would prefer to play the shot landing over that bunker, but I don't feel like I have the curl needed to make that shot. You could go for like some sort of a power curl shot and run it down that fairway. But, you know, for this video's sake, we're just going to play this regular skip shot with a Katana ball, full top, full right-hand spin. And as you see, we do, you know, still get up the fairway a decent amount. It's going to put us in good position for a short iron shot at the hole. So for the second shot, as mentioned, I say 10%. You have 3 options. You can play a rough bump here, in which case you want to bring your Hornet. You can play a skip shot with the Thorn, or you can play a full backspin shot, which I'm playing right here. We're going to line this ball guide up, you know, right at the hole. As you see, I was not lined up in the hole, which was definitely a mistake on my part. If we were lined up in the hole with our ball guide, this one would have been beautiful. But you're going to see here, even though we hit perfect and make the correct adjustment, it's going to throw the brakes on just in front of the hole and spin back. But definitely great way to play this hole. I expect to see some eagles here for sure. Next hole up is hole number 6. You can play this one to the right side or the left side, and you're going to see me play it each way. We're going to start off playing to the right side here. Titan ball for sure with your extra mile. Top spin, I would stay away from using, you know, side spin as much as you can. And you just want to try to aim this one as directly down the middle of that fairway as possible. Not sure that great left and great right will be great proofed here on this shot. So this is kind of a little bit more of an accuracy drive, I would say, for sure. You could always lay your shot up and not really go for that shot through the wicket. But this definitely is the best way to put you in a good position for your second shot. So we play that one at plus 10% off the tee box, and we'll play this one again at plus 10%. As you see, we have the big dog here. You do need the distance, so you have an option of playing off the fairway with backspin and left spin and kind of curling that shot into the hole like I'm showing you right now. Or you can play the rough bump with the big dog. We're going to play the rough bump. We go with 4 top spin, and then we're just going to use our left spin to kind of direct this ball guide towards the hole. Not sure that this is going to be a huge chance for an albatross, but definitely you could see one drop. I'm sure, you know, we'll see some drop. So we hit this one great. So it's not going to be perfect. It's going to hit, bounce, and as you see, get a decent roll. I would maybe back off that top spin from 4 to 3 for that shot. I think 3 top spin from that position would be a good way to play this hole. Now you're going to see me play it to the left side. Oh, no, guess you're not. Okay, so we're only playing it to the right side in this video. If you want to see me play it to the left side, check out the individual guide video for that hole to the left side. So moving on to hole number 7, plus 10% for this adjustment. We're playing with the Goliath club. You don't need to use a whole lot of spin really on this hole if you don't want to, or you can play it with spin. Just depends on where you want to line your shot up at. Just a little bit of elevation change, plus 10%, and a little bit of a wind adjustment. Nice bounce and roll, and this one's rolling straight at the hole. Another par 3 with a nice flat green. I think this is going to be another one where we see a lot of aces on, and that'll be 2 par 3s with great ace chances on this course, in my opinion. Next hole, hole number 8, par 4. This one right here, you have options to play it to the right side or to the left side. If you play it to the right side, you know, your elevations may be a little bit wacky depending on where you end up. If you play it to the left side, you'll play plus 10, and then you just play a 0% for your second shot. Here, you're going to see me play it to the right side with the quarterback curl shot. If you play it to the left side, you'll just be playing with the extra mile. I definitely would recommend playing with the Titan ball to the left side. To the right side, when it comes tournament time, I would definitely say probably a katana ball would be your best ball to use here. So you see our quarterback shot done quite well, and that's going to put us at about a plus 10% elevation change is what I play for this second shot. If your shot ends up farther up that fairway, then you may need to play a little bit higher, and if you end up farther down that fairway, then you may be more looking at like a plus 5 to 0% elevation change. So you have the option of skip shot from that fairway over or a rough bump. Seems like a lot of rough bump chances here in this course. So we're going to opt for the rough bump. And we're playing plus 10% here for this shot. And we adjust as if it's about mid-range Goliath. We're going to hit it great to the right, so it's really hard to, tell whether or not our adjustment was correct or not. This is the only chance we had to play this hole. So we're off to the right of the hole. Great right of the hole. We still may have missed by a little bit, but we were pretty close, I believe. All right, last and final hole here, hole number 9. This is the par 5. And we're going to be playing this one with the quarterback. Put in the katana ball. You could also play it with the Titan as well. We go 2 bars of top spin, max right spin. And as you see, we change it here because we're actually going to land it up past the corner. So we go with a little bit of backspin instead. We're going with a good amount of curl, about 1 1/4 ball of curl, I would say. And we're just using this quarterback to curl it around the edge here and send it down that fairway. If we had the Titan ball in, we could definitely, bite off a little bit more room there to the edge of that fairway. But in all honesty, I don't think it really matters because as you can see, we're at max distance here and we had quite a bit more to be able to even be close to be able to shoot over that rough in the air. I think this is going to be the main play here on this hole, is just a bounce shot with full topspin and try to put yourself up in wedge range for the shot. Plus 10% on the drive is what I played. Plus 10% on the second shot is what I played. So we're going to play this thing 2 different ways. The first way you're going to see me play is with the Firefly. I'm going to max out the top spin here and try to take out this huge green. Just try to take it out of the picture. So what you see me doing here is trying to find a landing spot with a consistent ball guide. As you see, I kind of finally find one. I really just put the ball guide through the hole here. We're going to make our adjustment. This is about mid-range Firefly adjustment, which is just like half a ring. Hit this one perfect. You see the nice bounce and the roll. And this one is going to look really nice. It's going to drop into the hole for the eagle. Great way to get the eagle on this hole for sure. And that's definitely an option. Now this is the other option with the wedge. If you have the end bringer, you don't quite have the same top spin that you may have with the Firefly or maybe the Rapier. You got to go a little bit more directly at the hole. So we're still going to extend our top spin out here. And then we're just going to kind of line this one up with the hole as best as we can. We're going to play mid-range adjustment here on this shot. We make our adjustment, check it out, and we just got to hit the perfect to give ourselves a chance. And we hit it. So, thank you all very much. That was holes 1 through 9, Tour 5 of the new Drumore Links course. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Hopefully you all learned a thing or two. At least got yourself a look at the course if you had been unable to find the holes on Tour 5. Good luck to you all. Go out and practice. And if you like this video, definitely please give it the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel and also set your notification bell to receive notifications when I do release some more videos. All right, y'all. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a good day. God bless. Also, check us out on Golf Clash, the 19th hole on Facebook.